Typically, the role of a Salesforce administrator is important throughout the entire lifecycle of a Salesforce implementation, right from the initial setup and configuration all the way through to ongoing maintenance and support. A very good understanding of the IT landscape, the features and functionalities that are implemented or are being implemented in Salesforce, along with the other systems to which Salesforce integrates, both upstream and downstream, is super helpful in performing the job well as a Salesforce administrator. In this video, let us review some of the key functionalities performed by a Salesforce administrator on a day-to-day basis, including the key takeaways for new admins. Let's start with user management. User management is one of the primary responsibilities of a Salesforce admin. Admins are responsible for creating, managing, and deactivating user accounts. As new employees are hired, their access and system permissions are required to be set up in addition to their user profile creation. They need to be onboarded into the system, assigned to the right profiles, given the right permission sets, added to the right roles, groups, and so much more. Similarly, if a user leaves an organization, it's important to ensure that the user no longer has access to the system, so deactivating the user account is also an extremely important task. Many businesses have this process streamlined such that when a user needs to be granted access to the system or when a user is leaving the organization, there are automatic notifications sent to the corresponding teams, including the Salesforce admin, so that they can review the ticket or the case and accordingly add or remove the access to the users. In many cases, when long-term employees leave the organization, it may not be possible to immediately deactivate their user profile, as they may still be the record owners or may have open activities or tasks assigned to them. They may also be part of some active approval processes. In these cases, the admin will be required to freeze the user account, followed by taking the necessary actions such as reassigning the record's ownership before deactivating the user. So the takeaway here is that the Salesforce admin needs to have strong organizational skills, attention to details, and the knowledge of Salesforce security and access controls and user management to perform this part of the functionality. Let's talk about ongoing customizations. As business users start using Salesforce, they may have continuous inputs and asks for creating additional requests such as pick list values, fields, objects, workflow automations to streamline the business process. For example, the sales team may request an automation to automatically assign the incoming leads to the appropriate sales representatives based on the predefined criteria such as location, industry, or even the product interest. This automation can save a lot of time and ensure that the leads are promptly followed up by the right team member. Also, let's say that a business has different types of customers and they would like to have different page layouts to capture different information for each type of customers in Salesforce. Now, this may involve creating a new record type and a page layout. Similarly, let's say that the sales team has identified that the facts field on the account object layout is no longer relevant to them and for the sales process, and they would like to replace it with a new field called alternate contact number. So such requests are usually sent to the Salesforce administrator, and they are the ones who perform these kind of changes. So the key takeaway here is having the knowledge of Salesforce data model and workflow automation capabilities is crucial for an admin to effectively perform the duties when required, along with definitely the problem solving skills and a very clear understanding of the business requirements. Data management. One of the responsibilities of a Salesforce admin is to ensure that the data is accurate, complete, and up to date. They also perform data cleansing, data migration, and data backup and recovery activities. Speaking of data import and export, admins can use Salesforce data import and export tools or an App Exchange application or even a third-party tool to move data in and out of the system. Now, this can be useful for migrating data from other systems, updating large amounts of data at once, or creating backups of important data. Data cleansing. Admins can perform data cleansing activities to ensure that the data in Salesforce is accurate and up to date. This can include removing duplicate records, standardizing the data formats, and validating data against external resources. Data archiving. As organization grows and business process evolves, some of the data in the system may become obsolete. Admins can archive old or inactive data to free up storage space and improve the system performance. Now, this can also involve moving data to an external system or simply marking some of those records as inactive within Salesforce. So what's the key takeaway? A good understanding of the import and export capabilities, both that come out of the box and the third-party tools that are available, is important, including the knowledge of data models and object relationships. Reporting and analytics. Business users use Salesforce reports and dashboards to monitor their team's performance and identify areas where they need to improve. For example, sales leadership teams within an organization can create a report that shows their monthly sales revenue and use a dashboard to visualize the data and track their progress towards the sales targets. Now, this enables them to make data-driven decisions about their sales strategy and focus on the areas where the team needs to improve. Similarly, the customer support team may use Salesforce reports and dashboards to analyze the customer service performance and identify areas where they can improve. For example, they can create reports that shows the number of support cases closed each month and use a dashboard to visualize the data and track their progress towards the service targets. Now, this enables them to identify trends in customer service performance and track actions to improve the customer satisfaction. So in essence, Salesforce reports and dashboards provide businesses with powerful tools for analyzing and visualizing their data, enabling them to make data-driven decisions and drive the business growth. Administrators are generally tasked with the requirements to slice and dice the data in the system to create these meaningful reports and dashboards that can be helpful to the business. In addition, there may be requirements to schedule and send these reports out on a periodic basis. So what is the key takeaway here? In order to perform this job well, administrators must have an excellent understanding of the business requirements and must be able to translate them into reports and dashboards. The ability to decide if an existing report can be repurposed or a new report needs creation. Ability to decide if a report requires the creation of a report type itself. In addition, what type of reports to use and the charts to make the information easy to consume for the business are all considerations the admin will need to take. Training and support. Now, when new employees join the organization, the Salesforce Administrator may need to provide training and support to help them get up to speed using Salesforce. This may involve creating user accounts, assigning profiles and roles, permission sets, providing training on how to navigate the system and perform common tasks. The administrator may also need to provide ongoing support to answer questions and troubleshoot issues that new users may encounter as they begin to start using Salesforce. Similarly, when new changes are introduced into the system, it is important to provide the required training and support to business users to ensure that the system is being used in the right way. Another aspect of training is to make the business user self-sufficient. For example, the Salesforce admin may need to provide training and support to users on how to create list views, create and run reports, interpret the data, use analytic features such as dashboards and charts efficiently. This may involve providing group training sessions to multiple audiences, creating training materials such as user guides and video tutorials, and providing one-to-one support to answer questions and help users build their reporting skills, or maybe even as simple as pointing them to the right trailhead link. So what is the key takeaway here? Effective training and support requires strong communication skills, patience, and the ability to tailor training to the specific needs of each users or user groups. Troubleshooting. So when issues arise, and they sure will, a Salesforce admin is responsible for troubleshooting and resolving them quickly. What are some of the common examples? There could be user access issues. For example, a user may not be able to view the newly added fields, or they may be getting an error when they try to change the stage of a particular record, for example, opportunity. There could be integration issues, and the data between the two systems may not be in sync. By the way, if you are an experienced admin watching this, feel free to leave a comment below on your experience and the common issues you have faced. Let's make this a little more interactive and help the other new admins out there. So what is the key takeaway? A deeper understanding of the Salesforce platform and the ability to quickly diagnose and resolve issues to ensure that the system is running smoothly and meeting the needs of the organization is an important functionality of an admin. To be successful in the role of a Salesforce administration, it's important to ensure that the business users are utilizing Salesforce as intended and are able to perform their tasks effectively. While administration is a support role, it plays a critical role in ensuring that the business is able to leverage Salesforce to its fullest potential. Salesforce admins are responsible for managing the company's most important asset, its data, which is crucial for making informed business decisions and maintaining customer trust. Salesforce admins have a high level of visibility within the organization because they work closely with the business users, IT teams, and executives to ensure that the Salesforce is meeting the needs of the business. They are often seen as key partners in driving business success. Salesforce admins have a great opportunity to grow within the organization. If they do their job well, they can become experts in Salesforce and related technologies, take on leadership roles within the IT department, or even transition to other areas of the business, such as a subject matter expert or a business analyst. That's a wrap. I hope you found value in this recording, and if you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel, as well as the weekly newsletter, the link for which is below in the comments and details section. That's going to be filled with tons of valuable insights and Salesforce tips. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Alright friends, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.